Peace and power, divine family. It's Prophet Emoji bringing you another divine light message. Let me adjust this camera a little bit to the top so you see my... Alright, we good? Alright, peace and power once again. I'm here to just bring you a message today, a divine light message for all my divine warriors out there, all my light beings out there, all my soldiers out there of enlightenment, bringing the higher consciousness into the lower realms of this plane. I am here to bring you a divine message. You need to understand that everyone on this plane called the earth plane is that everyone that is of a light being. You need to understand that everyone that is of a light being, these you people, my divine light family. You need to understand that when you carry the light, when you carry the answers, when you carry the source, when you carry the truth, divine beings, you need to understand that you are going to be hated for it much. You are going to be put down for it much, and you're going to be looked at as insane. You're going to be called names. You're going to be called faker. You're going to be called fraud of this truth. You're going to be called, who are you to have all the answers? But I'm here as the enlightened messenger of God. I'm bringing you a message downloaded from my higher self. Divine light being, divine light family. I want to raise your consciousness for a moment here. You need to quickly understand that you are a Superman or a Superwoman on this earth realm. Everybody didn't like Superman. Everybody didn't like Superwoman. Everybody did not like Superman. Sometimes when you are playing the hero's role, you're going to be hated for it. When you are playing the hero's role, you're going to be hated for it. Everybody did not like Superman. So on this earth realm, you're going to need to understand that, yes, embrace your enemy. Embrace your enemies. And you don't embrace them physically. You embrace them metaphysically. You embrace them metaphysically. You see, you got to get into the heads and into the minds of your enemy and become one with your enemy and let your enemy know that I understand your role and your position, but it won't stop me. I understand your role and position, but I'm going to keep going. You're going to have to take me out. You see, Superman had kryptonite. And who was kryptonite to Superman? Well, kryptonite was radioactive. Pretty much, he was like what you would call, like, Superman was like the solar panel, and kryptonite was like radioactive. He would not allow Superman's electrons to move and charge so that Superman can be powerful. That's what radioactive does. It stops the movement of energy. And you're going to need radioactive in your life. You're going to need an Achilles heel. You're going to need an enemy in your life. Last night I went into meditation and I was given the 3 numbers, 6, 0, and 4. Now the reason why I was given these 3 numbers, divine light family, is because they were not just for me, but it was for you who carry this light. So I'm here bringing you the meaning, spiritual meaning behind these numbers, 6, 0, and 4. Light beings. Yes, that's the rain you hear behind you on this camera, because I thought I'd capture a beautiful natural sound. And it couldn't be no more beautiful than having the rain. So I wanted to come and do this download in the soundscape of rain. Nothing more natural and beautiful than that. But I bring you this message, divine beings. I got these 3 numbers through meditation last night, 6, 0, and 4. Now the number 6 meant something. It meant that you are not perfect See, Superman wasn't perfect. He had a weakness. The number 6 meant you are not perfect. You are imperfect. You are going to be found with flaws in you. You're going to be found with weaknesses in you. You're going to be found with strengths that can't stand against your enemy sometimes. You're going to be found with holes in you. Yes, you will, divine family. But what you need to understand even more importantly is you don't stop because of that reason. When you know you are the truth, when you know that you are the very essence of God, when you know that you have the source, the light source, to come and save many people from death, then you got to continue putting out the light. The number 0, it meant that you are God. This is truth. This was the number I was given, 6, 0, and 4, when I saw what 0 meant. It meant that when you claim to be the one with the answer, or when you claim to be the source, when you claim to be the healing power to people's pain, when you claim to be the answer that people are seeking, when you claim to have the knowledge, when you claim to have the wisdom and the know-how, people are going to put you down. Now, are you the only one with the answer? Are you the only one with the direction and the path? Are you the only one with the resource? Are you the only one to return us to our higher selves, our conscious minds? No. There are many divine light people and light beings out there. The peaceful warriors. There are many divine light beings out there. But you're going to have to understand, divine light beings, that you are speaking truth. The number 0 meant that you are one with God. You are one with God, and God is in all, and all is in God. God is in all, and all is in God. You are in God, and God is in you. You are all one with God. So when I looked and saw what the 0 meant, it meant that you are one with God. You are one within God. So when I meditated and I got these numbers, 604, in that same sequence, I knew there was a message getting ready to come through, and I sat there a little longer and I heard the message come through with the number 4 that I was given. And the number 4 meant that the angels backing you up. The angels stand behind you on this truth. You have the angels backing you up, telling you to keep going. You are doing the right thing. I'm backing you up. We back you up. You see, so now the message was this. You are going to be found imperfect. You are going to be found with weaknesses. You are going to be found with holes in you. But don't worry. You are with God. And God is with you. And the angels have your back. The angels protect you. The angels have your back. So don't worry. Keep going. Yes, you will be found with holes. Yes, you're not the only one with the answers. Yes, you're going to be found with flaws. Yes, you're going to be found with weaknesses. But you are standing in truth because you are standing with God, all in God and God in you. You are standing in truth. So 0 meant I was standing within God. And it said that God is within all. And so if I'm standing within God, then that means God is within me. You see, divine. So 4 meant that I was doing and you are doing the right thing. Because the angels back you in this. That's what 4 means. It means the angels are backing you and they're actually pushing you and encouraging you to do it more. To keep going. Don't stop. We got your back. We're here behind you. We will protect you. We will protect you and make sure that you are found without fault, without failure, and without weaknesses. But it's okay if you do get holes plugged in you. That's okay. Every Superman has a kryptonite. And every Superman needs a kryptonite. You need an enemy. You have to have enemies. You're going to have to embrace your enemies. Metaphysically, mentally, psychologically, not emotionally, because you don't want them to worry you to death, and you don't want to be reading the comment section looking at and being bothered by every little thing someone says. You don't want to be looked at. You don't want to have to worry about what they may think or what people may think about this video. You've been given the mission a message to bring divine light to people, to those that are lost in this world. So understand that you are carrying truth. You are a living witness and testimony to God, that what you speak is of God. That what you speak is of God. So don't worry about what the enemy may have against you. Don't worry about what the enemy may have opposing you. Don't worry about what the enemy may have trying to bring you down. Every Superman needs a kryptonite. You need an enemy. If you don't have any enemies in this journey you're taking, if you don't have any enemies, you're not doing something right. You're not speaking from a pure place. You're not speaking authentically. You're not speaking from 100% of who you truly are or what you truly feel. Divine light beings, you got to go out there and speak what's within your soul. You got to go out there and speak what's within the very fibers of who you are. You're going to be tested. You're going to be questioned. You're going to be tried. You're going to be tried. It is not through, if it's not for the fire, can gold become pure gold? If not for the fire. You see, gold has to be tested through the fire. It is through the fire that gold comes out pure. That gold is tested. You are the very gold that's got to get tried through the fire. You're going to have to be tried by fire. Because if there is no heat coming up against you, if there is no heat, then you're too cool. You're too cool. You're speaking too cool. You're speaking too calm, and you're speaking too nice. You're trying to spare feelings. You're trying to spare emotions. And the goal isn't to spare emotions. The goal isn't to spare emotions, because freedom is the absence of emotion. The goal isn't to spare emotions. The goal is to spare souls. The goal is to spare souls. Spare souls. Allow people to be able to have the option to say, at least I heard. At least I did hear. But if you don't speak it, then you leave them without an option to say, I heard or I didn't hear. Leave them without excuse. And more importantly, leave yourself without an excuse. Don't go about saying, oh, what they gonna say about me? Oh, I don't know, my friends and my family. Listen, if anyone doesn't allow you to be who you truly are, they're not your friend. If anyone doesn't allow you to be who you truly are, that's not your family. If anyone doesn't allow you to be who you truly are, they don't truly know you. And you cannot be afraid to put yourself on an island. You must not be afraid to put yourself on an island. Superman needed a kryptonite. And you need an enemy too. You need something. And you have to have an enemy in this journey. Not everyone should like you. Not everyone should be happy with what you got to say. Not everyone should be happy with what you got to say. If everyone is happy with what you're bringing, then you're not bringing truth. You're not bringing authenticity. You're not bringing facts for people to stand on it and for you to deliver yourself. How can you deliver yourself? How can you deliver yourself? Huh? How can you deliver yourself if you're not speaking from a pure place? See, to speak from a pure place is to be free, and to speak from a pure place is to be speaking 100% truth. Stand on that truth. Stand on truth. Truth that you know cannot be refuted because it's your truth. It's what's been given to you. It's what you've been given as your journey, your mission, your message. If everyone like me, in what I had to say, then I am only sparing people's feelings. I am being emotionally correct. I am being emotionally subjugated to other people's thoughts. I will not subjugate myself to anyone's emotion but my own. I will not subjugate myself to anyone's emotions but my own. Because I must do what I feel is right for me to do. I must do what I feel is right for me to do. It must be your life journey to do what is right within your soul, to do what is right within your spirit, to do what is right within your heart. And if you don't take that journey, if you spare people's emotions because of what you got to say, then this journey isn't for you. This journey called life isn't for you. You see, we live on what we call a plane it. If you remove the letter T from planet, you have the word plane. What are planes designed to do? Planes are designed to take you and elevate you and bring you to a destination. Let me say it again. Planes are designed to take you, elevate you, and bring you to a destination. That's what planes are designed to do. You live on the earth plane with a lot of passengers. And a lot of passengers are on the plane that is about to crash and burn, but you can show them who's in control, what pilot is in control of the earth plane, by being your authentic self, being 100% in tune with God and who God is. Who is God? It is your higher self. It is your conscious self. It is being consciously and aware of who you truly are. That's being God. It's being consciously aware of who you truly are. That's being God. And if you are being God, then people will see God. But if you stop yourself from being your authentic self, then people will not see God and it won't resonate with those. The mission for you is to do what? Is to take people on a journey, elevate them, and then bring them to a destination. You are to take people on a journey, elevate their minds, and then bring them to a destination. And that destination is their higher self. You've elevated them to their higher selves, but you cannot keep leading them to them higher selves. You have to drop them off so you can continue to go on your journey to elevate people's minds. You are the pilot of the earth plane, and you have to elevate people and take them high and bring them to a destination so that they can start doing it themselves and bringing others. You live on a plane net. This is a plane that you live on. Plane net. You remove the T, you got plane. This is a plane. The earth is a plane. And you are to drive this plane or fly this plane and bring people to an elevated place of higher consciousness. And then you drop them off at their destination so they can take the journey and learn how to fly and soar and elevate on their own. When you do that, this is your journey. When you do that, you are doing the mission work of God. You are returning people back to them higher selves. To be your most authentic, highest self is to be God. Because in that you are spiritually in tune with who you are. There's nothing more complete and fulfilling than knowing who you truly are. Divine. This is why I call you divine light, divine beings, divine light beings, because you are divine, but you don't know it. You are divine, but some of you don't know that you're divine. You don't know that you are the true divinity. You don't know that you are the true divinity. Those who know it, my light beings, my divine light beings, your job, your mission, your journey is to bring people on this earth plane to a destination, elevating them back to their higher selves. Divine light. It's your job. It's your mission. It's your job. It's your mission to bring those who don't know to a higher place of consciousness, a higher self, elevating their minds to a higher realm of understanding life and who they truly are. It's your job. You need enemies. Pay your enemies no mind, no worry. Pay your enemies no worry. Acknowledge your enemies with an embrace, metaphysically, psychologically, understanding that I know you're there, I know you're supposed to be there, and I respect your job. Respect their job, because that's their job. Let them have their job. Their job is to try and bring you and deactivate you. Their job is to try and deactivate you, as a kryptonite did when he came around Superman, was to deactivate his powers, stop his flow of energy. You need a kryptonite. You have to have a kryptonite. If you don't have a kryptonite, you're not doing something right. If you don't have a kryptonite, you ain't doing it right. Everyone needs a kryptonite. Divine Light family, I just want to keep you focused on your journey. This is Emoji, the enlightened messenger of God, bringing you a message from God, telling you why you must continue this journey. I hope you got those numbers at the beginning of this download. 604. 6 means you're not perfect. Okay, yes, we know you're not perfect. You're imperfect. You're going to be found with flaws. You're going to be found with holes. You're going to be found with imperfections. That's okay. 0 meant that, but you are perfect in God. You are complete. You are one with God. You are all with God, and God is all with you, within you. You are one within God, and God is one within you. You encompass each other. You complement each other. You're a reflection of Him. He's a reflection of you. You're a representation of Him. He's a God is a representation of you. I don't like to put a he or she on God. And 4 just meant that the angels back you up. The angels back you up in this message. The angels back you up. It's okay, Divine. The angels backing you up. They got your back. They're telling you you're doing the right thing. Keep going. This is your mission. You're on the right path. The angels are just a confirmation that you are on the right path. This is your journey. I hope you all get this. This is your journey. Don't take it lightly. Do not take this journey lightly. It's not to be played with. This journey is not to be played with. This is a journey only for the strong-hearted the will and strong-hearted. Those who know that they have to have enemies. Those who know that they will be poked holes in, and those who know that the enemy will try and bring them down. This is for the strong-hearted and strong-willed. This is not a path for those of you who call yourselves conscious, but you don't bring divine light to the people. You don't bring divine truth to the people. You don't bring divine knowledge and wisdom to their spiritual understanding. Because the spirit will understand truth. The spirit will know truth when it hears truth. The spirit will know truth when it hears truth. You don't have to force your truth on anyone. You don't have to force anyone to accept your truth. You don't. The truth is not for everyone. Some of the people you will be talking to want to be lied to. They want to be told a fictional story. They want to be told a fictitious story. Sometimes people just want a fantasy, not a reality. Let me say that again, though, differently. Sometimes people just want a fantasy and not a spiritual reality. And not a spirituality. Some people rather have fantasy rather than have spirituality. A reality of what spirit is. Because spirit is truth. It's undeniable. You ought not to let your enemy distract you. You ought to embrace your enemy and know that your enemy is needed. Your enemy is much needed. You need your enemy. If you think differently, then get the hell up out of this existence, this world of existence. Find yourself on another journey. Find yourself on another journey. But those of us who know, we must teach and speak. Those of us who know, we must bring divine truth. Those of us who know, we must bring divine knowledge of self, of who we are. Because we're one within God and God is within us, one within us. I am one within God and God is one within me. In me. God is one within me. One. We together are one. One. Not two. One. Make sure that when you're on this journey, taking this path, you don't allow anyone to stop you from going. You don't allow anyone to discourage you from the journey, because a lot of you will get weak and a lot of you will get tired and a lot of you will find ways to make excuse. Leave the excuses for the useless. Leave the excuses for the useless. And find yourself bringing truth. Truth, divine family. Truth. Because it's needed. Not everyone speaks it. Not everyone wants to speak it. Not everyone wants to hear it either. What's worse? Not wanting to speak it or not wanting to hear it? Pick your poison. Pick your poison, divine. It's Prophet Emoji, the Enlightened Messenger of God. Find me at theenlightenedpoet.com. And I will bring you more divine light. Walk the way in the path of the peaceful warrior. Because your light is truly divine. Peace and power, divine light. People. I'm out.